Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jane. This is Station Jaya, and on this channel we talk all things doing, looking, and feeling better through the power of self-love, self-care, and self-improvement. If that sounds like your type of vibe, then go ahead and subscribe now because you are going to love it here. In today's video, we are going to be talking about a powerful manifestation method, and I did this 3 times separately with friends, and we got immediate, instant results. And I'm also going to be talking about a bonus time that was so incredible, and I'm going to be showing you all the receipts. I have pictures, I have text messages, so much proof, because when you get into this manifestation game, when you start learning about manifestation, it sounds wonderful, right? But you kind of want proof. Is this real? Is this going to work for me? And this method will 100% work for you. Okay, let's jump right into this. This manifestation method was actually developed by the big daddy of manifestation, Neville Goddard. If you don't know who Neville is, go ahead and do a little bit of research on him after this video. But basically, he was a spiritual thought leader that took concepts from the Bible and interpreted them in a sense where he believed that anything that you impress upon your subconscious mind will manifest in your reality. So in other words, whatever you think, whatever you feel, whatever you truly believe will materialize itself in your reality. To prove this point, in one of his lectures, he developed this ladder method. So right before you go to sleep, you would start thinking and visualizing that you are going up and down a ladder. And you would try to use all the senses, really feel that ladder in your hand, see yourself walking up and down the ladder, hear your footsteps on the ladder, listen to the metal clinging, visualize to the best of your ability you on that ladder. And you're going to do this, and this is very important, right before you go to sleep at night, because when you are falling asleep, your subconscious mind is more open. So for 3 nights, you're going to visualize yourself going up and down a ladder when you're nice and sleepy right before you fall asleep. But during the day, and this is really fun, you're going to tell yourself, I'm not on a ladder. I'm not walking up and down a ladder. You can tell yourself this as many times as you want. And this is kind of to prove a point that when your subconscious mind is impressed that you are going up and down a ladder, even when you're conscious and you're going through your day and you're thinking something opposite, it still will materialize for you in your reality. Now, when I tell you that the first time I didn't even have to visualize myself going up and down a ladder because I thought this was the coolest manifestation method I had ever heard of. I was so excited by this and I wanted to try this. And I have a coworker who's a really good friend of mine at work. And I was like, hey girl, I want to tell you about this. We're going to do this together. This is going to be so fun. And we decided to go to lunch and I was telling her all about this method. And all of a sudden, we're not really paying attention. We're on autopilot, walking to where we usually go for lunch. And this gentleman, this voice says, ladies, 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 excuse me, ladies, watch out. And we look up. What do you think that we saw? Not only a ladder, but the biggest, orange, brightest ladder you could possibly imagine. There was these construction guys doing work to the building next to our building, and they were just starting. So there weren't any construction vehicles, anything. They were literally just setting up the ladder, the very first ladder. All of the goosebumps that we experienced, I mean, we were freaked out. We thought this was the coolest thing. We did not even have to visualize it before we went to sleep. It was instant. We didn't even have to do the exercise. Just talking about the exercise, the ladder appeared. Do you think that's all? I have more receipts. I have more stories about this because I want you guys to see that you can get proof that this is real. So the second time I did this exercise, I actually did this with my very good friend Shadi, and we decided that we are going to do the ladder technique. Well, after a few days, she got her ladder. Her husband was doing some work all of a sudden on their patio, and and he set up his ladder and she got her ladder. So she got her ladder, but I didn't get mine yet. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to continue doing the exercise. No biggie. I had faith. I knew that I would get my ladder. I just didn't know when. It was instant that first time. So I'm like, you know what? I was relaxed. I'm like, it's going to happen. We end up having a call and I'm like, you know what, girl, you got your ladder and I want to do something different. Why don't we ask for roses? Why don't we do this exercise with roses? Change it up. And she was like, okay, great. And so we start doing it with roses. Well, a few days later, she ends up sending me a text. She is completely freaked out. She ended up helping one of her good friends, and her good friend sent her a text. And I have a screenshot of this text for you. It was a thank you text, and she sent a big picture in the text of a bouquet of roses. So she was like, oh my gosh, I got my roses. I got my roses. And here I am. It's been like a few days and I haven't gotten my ladder and I haven't gotten my roses. But I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to keep on keeping on. I'm going to do this. And mind you, it was only a few days. We ended up having book club. We are having the best time ever. We're swimming with our girls. It's over at her girlfriend's house. She has a fantastic backyard. And we decided to do a group picture. So all of the girls get together and we take this shot, and didn't even notice anything. When I was looking at the shots because I wanted to post the picture later, look what I see. Now, we didn't see it. We were standing right next to it. I don't know where it's going to be, but a ladder, a large, crazy ladder right there. And we had no idea it was even there. I didn't even notice it until I wanted to post the picture. Well, the next day I am going to a reggae concert with my husband. He wanted to do a date night. We had a couple friends coming, and I had done the exercise with the roses because I'd already gotten my ladder. I did the exercise with roses. And I thought to myself, you know what? Why did I pick roses actually? Because it can't be typical. It just can't be typical because there's roses all over my neighborhood. And I took my dog out for a walk and I open the door and I see all these roses in the rose bushes across the street from my house. And I think to myself, nah, like that's just roses. I know that they're there. So I'm walking my dog, and another house in the neighborhood, somebody had pruned all of the roses off of a rose bush and she had a pile of roses on her lawn. I'm like, nah, it's too typical. It's not my sign. It's not my sign. Well, we end up going to the reggae concert and we're sitting in our seats and the band is about to play and we're just hanging out, relaxed, having a couple cocktails. And the guy who's in front of me, he takes off his hat. And looky, I got my roses. I mean, his entire head was tattooed with roses. And I didn't take a picture of his girlfriend because my husband basically swatted my phone away. And he's like, stop taking pictures of people. But I was freaked out. I was like, oh my God, I have to take a picture of this because I got my roses. His girlfriend actually had tattoos of roses all the way down like the side of her back. And I got my roses. So you guys, the 3 times we did this exercise, we got results. We got our proof. And I'm going to give you a bonus time. I ended up talking to my friend Melody and I told her about this exercise. And she's just like, okay, I'll try this. And I didn't really hear from her. And a few days later, she calls me back stunned. Melody's a teacher and it was almost time for back to school. So all of the teachers before school starts, they go in, they set up their classrooms, they make sure that everything's clean and tidy. They have all their, artwork up and they decorate their classrooms. So she walks into her classroom with her daughter, Brooke, who was helping her, and she freezes. There is a ladder in the middle of the classroom with the tape on it, and it has her last name. And I'm not going to say what her last name is, but like basically a ladder with literally her name on it. And that ladder she had brought to the school 3 years ago. People kept borrowing it, and then the ladder disappeared. She hadn't seen it or even thought about it in years. All of a sudden, she does this exercise, and there it is. Somebody returned the ladder and brought it back into her classroom, found it, and that is amazing. That is so incredible. She was so shocked. She was so happy. And I wanted to tell you about this because I want you to do this exercise. I want you to try this so you can have the proof that you need that the things that we talk about on this channel are real. Our minds, our subconscious minds, are directly connected to infinite intelligence. Our state before we go to sleep, which is called the state akin to sleep, that is the gateway to heaven. We have a power that we don't even understand. If you don't even believe, let's say you don't believe the things that I'm talking about. Let's say that you just think I'm a crazy person. Let me ask you this. Do you believe that we use 100% of our minds? Do you believe that we are tapped into 100% of our capabilities? I'm pretty sure the answer is no. So just try it. Okay, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I had so much fun filming this video. This technique is so fun. I'm so happy that you guys found it and that you're going to try it because I know that you will and I know it will work for you. And until the next video, make sure to subscribe, like, and I love you. Bye.